Hi, this is Grant from Bones to Brawn, and today I'm going to be giving you an example of a daily meal plan for gaining muscle. So in overview, we'll be talking about Jack today. Jack is tired of being skinny and he wants to transform his body. He gets up around 8 a.m. and goes to bed at midnight. So the goal we're setting for Jack is for him to eat every 3 hours. So that's at 8 and 11 a.m., then 2, 5, 8, and 11 p.m. So that's 6 times. At each meal, we want him to have a balance of protein, carbs, and fat. Just a quick FYI, the United States Department of Agriculture says that 10 to 35% of calories should be from protein, 45 to 65% should be from carbs, and 20 to 35% should be from fat. So for these meal plans, we will be in that range, but it's not critical to calculate your exact caloric intake or your percentages each day, but it's more good to keep in mind generally, and lots of people adjust this if they have specific goals. So for the first meal at 8 a.m., Jack is going to have a cup of oatmeal with a cup of 2% milk, 3 eggs or equivalent egg whites with an 1/8 cup of cheese, and a banana. So you can look down and see the calorie total that is pretty high, and we want to have a big meal right in the morning because your body hasn't had any nutrients all day, and you want to get that big meal so your body gets into an anabolic state where it's building itself up, and hopefully repairing some of the damage to your muscles from your previous day's workout. So you can look there are all the breakdowns of the grams of protein, carbs, fat, and total calories. So for meal 2 at 11 a.m., Jack is going to have a cup of brown rice and 4 ounces of chicken, which 4 ounces is a little bit bigger than a deck of cards. They usually say a deck of cards is about 3 ounces. And we'll also throw in a half a cup of black beans. So you can see here this is a little bit over 400 calories. That's 35 grams of protein, and you can see the carbs and fat as well. So these pictures are pictures of my food because these are meals that I typically eat. So lots of times I'll get the Great Value products because they're cheap. But I also, here you can see I get Tyson chicken. So for meal 3 around 2 p.m., we're going to have peanut butter, which is a very high calorie sort of snack. We're going to have a peanut butter sandwich and 2 cups of 2% milk. And then we're also going to have some fresh vegetables or V8, which I'm not adding to the calorie count, because they're relatively low calorie, and it will depend on which vegetables you choose. But you want to be sure to get those fruits and veggies in just for your overall health. So as you'll see here, that's a pretty high calorie snack. So meal 4 around 5 p.m., Jack is going to have a taco salad with taco seasoning. You can make this with ground turkey as is pictured, or you can also make it with ground beef. And on this you can choose which toppings you want, if you like cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, salsa, etc. And you can also customize it. You could either leave out the taco shells or chips or add those in, or tortillas. So this is a meal that you can kind of choose what you like best. And you can see down here at the bottom of the screen the total calories, protein, and carbs, and fat for this meal, although that will vary based on what you put on it. For meal 5, we're going to have a simple tuna sandwich. You can throw some mayo in this if you need to. I like the plain tuna, but I understand that some people need a little more flavor than that. So we'll have about 5 ounces of tuna, a couple pieces of bread, and then again some V8 or fresh vegetables. And for Jack's last meal of the day, he's going to go back to the Old Faithful: brown rice, black beans, and chicken. And there are lots of different ways you can prepare the chicken. I'll probably be updating with some videos about some of my favorite chicken recipes at some point, but for now I'll just leave out those details. So his whole day total, you saw it as we went along, but the whole day total is a little over 3,200 calories, about 200 grams of protein, 300 grams of carb, and 100 grams of fat. So this is just one example of a diet, not the perfect diet. Many people have followed diets similar to this in conjunction with resistance training, and they've had very good results in terms of gaining weight and muscle mass. But you should definitely look at nutritional recommendations for your age group and gender and for your health status, and be sure to incorporate all those types of healthy foods. This is just one example if you're particularly trying to gain some muscle. So also, meals may have to be adjusted to fit your body size and your goals. And as I mentioned, especially if you're gaining weight, measuring the exact amounts of food isn't essential. I just gave that information so you could get an idea. You really just want to understand and apply this concept. But especially if you're trying to gain weight, try to eat about every 3 hours if possible, because you want to keep your body supplied with the nutrients it needs to grow, especially if you're undergoing some hard resistance training, as you should be if you're trying to gain muscle. And then definitely eat some cheat meals. Even if you stick to a strict diet, it's good to kind of break out of that every so often and go have some burgers and fries with your friends or family. And especially if you're gaining weight, those cheat meals, they won't break your diet and break your rules. So again, this is Grant from Bones to Brawn. Go ahead and comment, rate, subscribe to the video. I have more videos coming soon, but I'd love to know what you think so far. Thanks.